He's one of the greatest boxers, if not the greatest boxer in history. He's absolutely sensational. But he retired years ago, and for me personally, I know these exhibition matches are entertaining. I like the one with Conor McGregor, not so much the one with Logan Paul. I just see some of these things, and this is just my personal feeling. This is not a movie. This is not Rocky 3, where Rocky is going against Thunderbolt, who that was his name, or Hulk Hogan, okay?
Floyd is not interested in boxing anymore.
Okay.
So he's interested in cashing in on events.
Before he wants an exhibition with me, but I disagree, and I don't want to fight with exhibition with him. I want to fight a real fight like this. So this is it. This is what I'm waiting for.
Outspoken analysts Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman reignited controversy by criticizing Floyd Mayweather Jr. over the Manny Pacquiao rematch after Floyd publicly dismissed it as an exhibition, despite reports of signed contracts for a real fight. Stephen A. Smith suggested that Mayweather may be deliberately playing mind games around the situation.
To make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop.
Like Stephen A. Smith, many analysts believe Floyd Mayweather's comments calling the Pacquiao rematch an exhibition may not be accidental, but a calculated move. Rather than confusion or contradiction, they suggest he could be intentionally framing the fight in a controversial and provocative way to spark debate, generate headlines, and build even more hype around the bout.
Selling point, I think ultimately Mayweather has to agree to whatever the contract is. If it's a fight, I think one of the comments the other day really made a point that, one of the comments in our chat made a point that, has really stuck with me. Mayweather has to know the terms he agreed to. Come on, I mean, you can't just sign something and not know those terms. You gotta know that if it is, in fact, it has to be a fight, then he would do this. And he knows he's got to go through with a fight. He may just be saying this just to sell the fight in general, just to sell it as, make it a talking point, make it a controversial point, so that people want to wind up, talking about it more. It becomes a topic of discussion, and then from that perspective, people, end up watching. More people end up watching it because it becomes more of a polarizing topic of conversation. So I don't know. I see this eventually getting straightened out. I think it has to. I mean, Floyd has to fight right now. I think Mayweather probably wants to fight right now. I mean, Mayweather wants to fight and probably has to fight right now, and Pacquiao seems to want to and have to as well. So in one way or another, I think it's going to get straightened.
The controversy erupted when Mayweather publicly referred to the rematch as an exhibition, directly contradicting Manny Pacquiao's statements, as well as the understanding of promoters, broadcasters, and other key stakeholders involved in organizing the event. This sudden shift in narrative immediately raised serious red flags and sparked widespread confusion across the boxing world.
Manny, by chance, did you see what Floyd said? I think he's saying that he feels it's an exhibition and not a real fight.
Is that what he's feeling? But he signed a real fight.
So it's for sure.
Yes, the contract that we signed is a real fight.
Real fight, okay. Yeah, because I know he said...
I wouldn't fight an exhibition.
No exhibition. It's either real fight or nothing.
Yeah, it's a real fight, yeah.
Is Spears still in Las Vegas?
That's the contract that he signed. I mean.
Yeah. So it's still happening then?
He has to remember that.
But it's still on? It's still happening?
Oh yeah, we did sign the contract already, so... There's no reason why,
Why wouldn't?
Why wouldn't, yeah.
All right. Look good. You look already in shape. What adjustments do you think you're gonna make for the rematch? Adjustments compared to the first fight.
I have the improve and better strategy compared to the last one.
Manny Pacquiao Promotions has accused Floyd Mayweather of breaching the contract, claiming he signed multiple agreements confirming the bout as a professional fight. According to their statement, there is documented evidence, including digital signatures and official records, supporting their position.
Has been a breach of contract in terms of what Mayweather had to say the fight weekend of Fundora and Thurman. Apparently, he did an interview, said that it was an exhibition, that these guys didn't have anything to prove, that their legends were already set in stone, and that it would be an exhibition. He wasn't sure if it was going to be at the Sphere. Apparently, that is not true. According to a Boxing Scene article that interviewed Jaz Mathur, the CEO of Manny Pacquiao Promotions, said that, yes, the fight is contracted for the Sphere, booked at the Sphere, scheduled at the Sphere for September 19th. It is booked as a professional fight, not as an exhibition. It was never booked as an exhibition, which makes sense because Netflix got behind it, and I would assume that they would not want an exhibition. We said the other day, I think it was actually yesterday, we said that this fight has to be a real fight and not an exhibition because, one, Netflix is involved, two, Manny Pacquiao wants that get back, and two, also just betting lines. It's a huge aspect of this sport, and this kind of fight is going to generate a ton of...
Max Kellerman confidently argues that in a rematch, Manny Pacquiao would stop Floyd Mayweather Jr. with relative ease. He points to Pacquiao's recent activity, sharper combinations, and relentless pace, suggesting those advantages would be enough to overwhelm Mayweather.
So Pacquiao is the active, sharper fighter by the time he fights Floyd in a rematch, and Floyd would be in danger of being stopped. And in that fight, there is a very good chance that Pacquiao will stop Floyd Mayweather.
What? Manny Pacquiao has consistently pushed for an official rematch, firmly rejecting any idea of an exhibition fight. He insists the bout must be a legitimate professional contest, not a stage spectacle. This stance directly clashes with Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s reported preference, making it increasingly unlikely the fight will proceed under exhibition rules or without a clear, competitive agreement between both sides.
It's up to him. If he come out to retirement, then we'll have a Mayweather Pacquiao too.
Would you do an exhibition with him, or would you potentially entertain an exhibition with someone like maybe a Conor McGregor?
No, I don't like exhibition. Like I want if Mayweather is my opponent, I don't like exhibition. Like I want fight. Like there's a...
Reports suggest that Floyd Mayweather Jr. received advance payments tied directly to an agreement for a professional bout with Manny Pacquiao. Those funds were allegedly based on the fight being officially sanctioned, raising serious questions about whether any attempt to reclassify the bout could violate the original contractual terms.
Mayweather has already taken a cash advance payment of his purse for the upcoming Manny Pacquiao rematch on Netflix, despite it currently being in jeopardy. I don't even know how that's possible. Who gave him a cash advance before they even got to the fight? I understand like paying some up front to secure the fight, but paying everything? Maybe it's not what it is. Maybe the cash advance is like partially. But still, what? So if this is to be believed, and this is via ESPN, this is not, random Twitter person reporting this. I think Mike Coppinger also reported the same thing. If this is to be believed, Floyd took a cash advance and then undermined the promotion of his own fight to try to protect his 50-0 record. And
Stephen A. Smith has been openly critical of Floyd Mayweather Jr., questioning the level of competition the undefeated champion has chosen to face in recent years.
When you're that great and you're that elite, no one not just anyone deserves to be in a ring with you, even if you are retired, even if it is for exhibition purposes. A lot of people out there wish they could be in the ring, on a basketball court with a LeBron James. All right? You don't deserve it. You're not him. You're not on his level. He's so elite. He's so phenomenal. You don't deserve to be in that arena with him unless you've earned it. So that's just how I look at it. These exhibitions and all of that stuff, that little melee and stuff don't matter to me. As far as I'm concerned, it could have potentially been orchestrated. I don't know. But I do know not just anybody should be allowed to be in the ring with Floyd Money Mayweather.
Max Kellerman argues that Floyd Mayweather has perfected a strategy of taking lucrative, low-risk bouts against YouTubers and UFC fighters who aren't elite boxers, allowing him to secure massive paydays while avoiding the danger of facing top-level professional competition in the ring today.
Floyd was like, well, actually, from the fighter's point of view, my best interest is take minimal risk, maximum reward, not get hit, get out with all my money and all my marbles, right? Like, that's in the fighter's best interest. Fighters and fans' interest diametrically opposed. And so what Floyd figured out after a while, for example, with Pacquiao, Stephen A., is I don't have to fight this dude at the height of his powers. I can wait. Okay, I'll fight him now. Now there's pent-up demand. I'm going to make 5 times more than I would have made back then to fight a guy who's not as dangerous as he was back then. That's smart. And then what he realized is, wait a minute, because Conor McGregor's rise, I don't even have to fight boxers. I can fight dudes who don't box and make $100 million. Now, what fool wouldn't do that if he could? Why fight a guy who's trained his whole life to box you for 30 million when you can fight a guy who hasn't trained his whole life boxing for 100 million? Well, of course, Floyd's right about that, so that's what he did. And since then, he's realized, Stephen A., he never has to get in the ring with a dude who's trained his whole life to box and he can make money. Whether it's a Japanese kickboxer, right, who's smaller than him, whether it's Logan Paul, who's a YouTube star who's twice his size, it doesn't matter. If you haven't trained in boxing your whole life, it's easy work for Floyd at any age, and he's going to make tens and tens of millions of dollars.
Adding another layer to the controversy is Floyd Mayweather's continued involvement in exhibition fights against non-boxers and crossover athletes. There are even claims that his planned exhibitions, including a bout with kickboxer Mike Zambitis, could potentially violate the terms of the Pacquiao contract.
Could be one of the most detrimental moments in Floyd Mayweather's career. Floyd Mayweather is back. Iron Mike Zambitis is actually from K1. And this dude was a monster. From the highlights I've seen, he would walk up to you, fire off combinations, and send your chin into the fourth dimension. Here's the only problem. His last fight was 10 years ago. So I don't expect Zambitis to, put on a masterful performance against Mayweather and beat him. But I also don't expect Mayweather to do a lot of damage to Zambitis. Mayweather's 48 years old. Mike Zambitis is 45 years old. If Mike Zambitis comes in and he's got that, quick style where he can just unload pressure on Floyd Mayweather, again, this could be a huge moment for Zambitis and a detrimental moment for Mayweather. So, what do you think of Floyd Money Mayweather versus Iron Mike?
Despite the ongoing controversy, CEO Jazz Mather insists that the rematch between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao is still on track as an official professional bout. He believes the fight will be explosive, highly competitive, and fully worthy of its global hype, stressing that both fighters remain in excellent condition and sharp despite their age, making this a serious, compelling contest rather than a mere exhibition.
The demand is going to match up to the expectations.
Better. I think that demand-wise, people are always going to have comments. They're always going to have something to say. A lot of people are excited. A lot of people are saying, oh, this fight's not going to do that great. Or why are they doing this? They're so old. They're this, that. Those are going to be the first people that are going to want to watch it. I think leading up closer to the fight, when people start seeing their training camp videos, then they're going to be like, wow, like this is not a joke. These guys are in serious conditioning, right? There's a lot of time you see boxers, they're in their early 20s, they're great. And when they hit their mid 30s, they're completely out and they just can't continue anymore. These guys are different. They're built different. They are different. There's a reason why they're global icons, not just...
According to Jazz Mather, the proposed rematch between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao is expected to be contested over 10 to 12 rounds using 8-ounce gloves. Mather explained that these specifications are designed to balance competitiveness with the fighter's late career physical condition, ensuring both safety and entertainment value. He also noted that while Pacquiao's side is pushing for a 147-pound welterweight limit, the exact weight has not yet been finalized and remains subject to confirmation from Mayweather's camp. The framework reflects ongoing negotiations aimed at preserving fairness while accommodating the commercial scale and global attention surrounding the bout, which is being positioned as one of the biggest boxing events in recent years.
To some of the key particulars as well. How many rounds is the fight? What weight will it be contested at? What ounce gloves will be used? Can you share some details there?
So 10 to 12 rounds, 8-ounce gloves. The weight has not been confirmed yet. Okay, we're still waiting on Floyd's side for this one, but it'll be we're hoping around 147 is what Manny wants.
Gotcha. And it sounds like the rounds could be either 10 or 12?
10 or 12, yeah.
And these will be 3-minute rounds?
Yeah.
Max Kellerman points out that the first clash between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao wasn't just a fight, it was the highest grossing bout of its era, often called the fight of the century, generating massive global revenue and attention. He argues that this is exactly why platforms like Netflix are pushing for a rematch, aiming to recreate that same magic and nostalgia for modern audiences. Reports suggest the 2015 showdown drew record pay-per-view numbers and enormous gate revenue, cementing its place as a historic benchmark in boxing. Now, with both fighters returning years later, Kellerman believes the rematch is being marketed less as a competitive necessity and more as a nostalgic spectacle designed to tap into fans' memories of that iconic night rather than deliver a true elite prime level contest.
But it wasn't, when people say the biggest fight in boxing history, you know, if you don't adjust for inflation, et cetera, or tickets sold, et cetera, you know, Joe Louis and Max Schmeling, the rematch, Ali and Frazier, the first fight, these were the biggest fights in boxing history. But Mayweather and Pacquiao was easily the biggest fight of its era, of the generation. And it was the highest grossing fight of all time.
By far.
Because it 4.4 million pay-per-view buys at $100 a pop. Do the math, right? It's interesting because Netflix is obviously in the business of, you said, eventizing.
Yes.
Everyone, they want enormous events that become shared experiences. In a way, in this day and age, partly because of delivery systems of content like Netflix, everything is so niche. You know, everything is so compartmentalized that there's very few shared experiences. It's one of the reasons that